Hello, hello everybody, and welcome to Hello everybody, and welcome to Butler, Missouri. And I am Chad Grimmer, voice of the Harrisonville Wildcats, and we are ready for Saturday afternoon basketball here from Butler as the Wildcats travel down in a non-conference matchup against the Butler Bears. And folks, it's going to be two mad teams playing here today. The Cats got whitewashed by Center last night by 30 plus, and Butler didn't fare much better against the Buffalo Bison as they were beat by 16. So two teams ready to rebound and get a win here today as they head into, for Butler, districts next week, and for the Wildcats, 3 games in 4 days starting Monday night. So a lot to be had here today in the final warm-up for both teams before the stretch run.
I didn't think I was on. Yeah, there's a lot to prove today. I mean, obviously, last night both came off of really upsetting losses, and so each one of them want to return to the winning ways, and obviously Butler, because they want to go into districts on a positive note. Us, we want to go into the rest of the conference schedule on a winning note as well.
And speaking of districts, district seeding meetings happened this morning. The Wildcats gained the 3 seed, kind of what we thought in talking to Coach the last week or so. They're the 3 seed. They will travel to Nevada next Tuesday, March 2nd, and play at 7 o'clock against the Nevada Tigers. And again, another Nevada-Harrisonville matchup in districts for basketball. This time it was football the first time around, and we'll have that as well. And remember, one district start, MSHSAA starts, and MSHSAA TV. So we'll try to retrain everybody on how to purchase that. I think we've got it worked out better this time where you go and purchase that. You don't have to worry about figuring out if it was the Nevada broadcast or the Harrisonville broadcast. It'll say 4T's gigantic on there, so you're able to see that and purchase the one that you want to do. So we'll work on that as well.
And keep in mind, that is a MSHSAA thing. It's not a 4T's thing or anything else. We're just as angered about it, especially given this year and COVID, that MSHSAA would even consider doing something of that nature. But we have no control over MSHSAA, and so if you want to have some control, you can write MSHSAA and tell them what you think.
Write MSHSAA or reach out to your local state representative. And that's another way to go about it as well. So there's lots that you can do about that. Not much we can do about it. So hopefully the Wildcats will win a couple of district games, and you guys will be able to purchase those on MSHSAA.tv. But they will play next Tuesday. The girls will play Monday night at 7 o'clock against Carl Junction at Carl Junction. We're still working on the particulars to get that one scheduled as well. So we will let you know on that one. Our plan is to try to do that game. However, with it being so far and at 7 o'clock was set up, we'll see how we can go about getting that one. So that is what we've got for both of these going on right now. As for the Cats, they got to bounce back from a loss last night, Gary, and a bad loss. I mean, when I say a bad loss is Harrisonville's not 30 points worse than Center. They played not real well last night.
They didn't, and you know, as we ended the broadcast, the one thing I said was sometimes you've got to take a loss and learn from it, and you know, hopefully, I mean, it's quick turnaround. I mean, we ended the game around 8:15 last night, and they're turning around just about 16 hours later to play a ball game. So their memory has to be short in a respect that they've got to forget about the mistakes they made last night, but they've also got to learn to learn from those mistakes, though, and make a difference today in the positive realm.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. We've got about 7 minutes or so before we go to action. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back with more in just a few minutes.
There are a ton of choices for home appliances, but only one you need to know. That's Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center in Harrisonville. Today, it's more important than ever to support small business. Troby's prides themselves on American-made appliances, competitive prices, and unmatched service from installation to service calls if any issue may arrive. Troby's is your hometown appliance center.
Next time you're in the market for a home appliance, think Troby's first on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
Church & Dwight in Harrisonville, Missouri is now hiring machine operators and maintenance technicians for overnight shifts. Full-time employees receive full benefits immediately. Apply now at churchdwight.com/careers and we will contact you to schedule an interview.
You have many choices when you buy a used car. What do you want? A good deal? A quality vehicle? Outstanding service? At Holland's Auto Sales, you don't have to sacrifice for one of the others. You get all three. The best part is Steve will be there for you because Holland Auto Sales has been Harrisonville's used car dealer for 36 years. So the next time you're in the market for a used car,
go where the Grammars go, Holland Auto Sales, and ask for Steve.
Sure, you could drive to the city and save a few dollars on tires, but why? Young's Tire and Wheel Center in Harrisonville is family owned and operated, and their clients are like family. That, coupled with free flat tire repair on new tires for the life of the tire, means you'd be crazy to drive all over the place to save $1. Trust Young's. That's who Fortis trusts to get them safely to all Wildcat games, home or away. Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
Competition between teammates makes for a stronger and better team. Lacey Dominick of Shelter Insurance and Cameron Chenoweth of American Family Insurance were both Wildcats on the field. Now they are competitors off the field. They know that you have many choices for insurance, so they're teaming up to offer free auto, home, and life insurance quotes. Call Lacey at 816-380-2700 or Cam at 816-380-3996 and get started on your new insurance quote today.
For a limited time, you pay what we pay going on at Max Motors dealerships. Shop 24 hours a day. Exclusive at Max Motors, you pay what we pay and not a penny more on any new Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC in stock. All invoices clearly displayed with the highest trade-in values in the Midwest.
Take your car shopping to the max.
Max Motors is your Kansas City dealer. MaxMotors.com. See dealer for details.
Sherwood Community Bank is the hometown bank with all the big bank perks. Internet banking, auto, home, boat, and farm loans. You can get it all at one of their 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville. Checking or savings account all you need? Don't worry. Sherwood Community Bank has you covered there as well. Stop going to the banks where you're just an account number. Go to Sherwood Community Bank where you're part of the family.
And tell them Braxton sent ya.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back inside the Den in Butler, Missouri. The Harrisonville Wildcats set to take on the Butler Bears in a non-conference matchup. I have seen a lot of basketball in this gym over the years, Gary. I remember coming down here in the late 90s to watch who eventually was a Harrisonville assistant coach for several years, Abe Lewis. At the time, I had no idea who Abe Lewis was. Play against a really good team from Kansas City called Pembroke Hill. Had several brothers named Rush that played, and they were must-see television back in the late 90s, or must-see basketball, I should say. Not a whole lot of streaming going on back in the late 90s, and if you couldn't catch them, you weren't going to catch them on TV very much, so people would travel everywhere to go and watch those games, and they were must-watch. Were the good old Pembroke Hill Raiders back in the day. So seen several basketball games in this gym over the years. Nicknamed the Den. Play on the Bears as the Den. So the Cats and Butler set to do battle here. You know, I'm going to be interested to watch the matchup more than anything with the guards. I think the X factor in this game tonight is going to be Kennedy Atkinson. He is that athletic, big / outside guy that can move around and can rebound. Who's going to slow him down on Butler is what I'm going to be interested to see, because I think that's the one possible mismatch that Harrisonville might have. You look at the shooting, Brooks Langer's going to match up well with Beckley and Eidson on the outside, as well as Connor Blixt out there and Kobe Norris. And then on the inside, you got that Kennedy matchup, and I think that's going to be the X factor in the game, so it'll be something to watch.
Yeah, a lot like we talked about last night. I was curious of how it was going to go with Kennedy. I think I only showed him his 5 rebounds last night, which is way short of what his normal average is per game. But last night was just a game where they were smothering Harrisonville as far as defense goes. And it was just a tough game, tough loss for Harrisonville. And I think in some ways you play a game like that where you're really fighting the whole game. I think it's going to make it different for them today.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And I really kind of feel bad for the Bears because he only got 5 rebounds last night. He averages about 12. He may have 18 or 20 tonight. And now if he has 18 or 20, that means one of the teams isn't shooting real well. So I don't know if that's good or bad. We'll find out towards the end of the game as this clock winds down here. We'll see if they're going to have a national anthem in it. So they did the anthem already, so it looks like we'll have starters and ready to roll here from Butler, Missouri. And Gary, are we east-west today?
Yes.
We are, you see. I'm learning, Gary. I'm learning.
You probably went outside but right before the broadcast and went, okay, where's the sun at? We got sun now, so I can tell where the sun's at now.
No, I was thinking the road that we came in on because we went south and then we went east-west to the school, so that was why I would say that. So they're getting ready to do the lineups for the Cats. I'm looking down there. It looks like Monty to be our same 5. So yeah. Brooks Laner, Kennedy Atkinson, Connor Blix, Kobe Norris, and Monty Schroeder. Monty, who got his nose hit, talked to his mom after the game. She said it was broken, but he's going to play with that broken nose today. For Butler, it's going to be Jagger Eidson. It'll be Austin Sargent, Gavin Brockman, Carter Trumbore, and Wyatt Cox. So,
did you say Easton or Edson? It's Easton is what it is.
Easton.
It's Easton. I mean Eidson. Sorry.
Eidson, yeah, Eidson. I said it right. Yeah, I said it right. Come on now.
I wasn't paying attention like I normally do with you.
I said it for 2 years. I said Edson. And finally, Frankie corrected me. He goes, hey, by the way, our shooter's Eidson. So we are ready for basketball here. Cats in their blue away uniforms, white trim down the sides, gray numbers, white letters. Butler in their home whites, white tops, white bottoms, red trim down the sides, gray numbers, and red lettering. Atkinson set to jump it up. It looks like him and Sargent going to jump it up. Or that was Cox, sorry. And the Cats win the jump, and we are underway from Butler. Cats going from the east to the west or the right to the left to start things off. Hand off to Blix. Blix goes free throw line for Langer. Going to quick double team on him. He backs it back up, though. Now to Schroeder, who fires the 3 and knocks it down.
I guess if nobody's going to go out and guard him, he'll sit there and look at it.
Goes back the other way. Cats with a little pressure up front, kind of trap pressure. Get it off on the wing. Over on the wing with it is Eidson. Go inside, no good. Cats with the rebound, going to push it back the other way. Norris with it, goes inside Schroeder. Glass and good. Monty Schroeder with 5 quick ones, and the Cats lead 5-0. And come back the other way with it is Butler. Sargent got it off to Eidson. Now they go elbow for Brockman, stolen away. Blixt going to go glass and good, and it's 7-0. And Coach Jackson says, well, let's take a timeout and talk things over. Not the start Coach Jackson wanted here in this one. We'll keep it right here with it with 6:46 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 is our score, and a quick 30-second timeout. Pressure defense by the Cats getting in transition. That's when they do their best.
It is, and it obviously turned out. And, you know, we're 3 for 3, a 3 and 2 twos, 5 of the points to Schroeder, who we didn't even know was going to start today or even play today, and it actually started. So that's good for him to get him some time in and see how things go.
So we will see what adjustments they make for the Bears. It's like Sargent going to throw it in. Trumbo going to bring it up.
And Trumbo is just a freshman, so you got to be seeing how he takes the pressure with that being just a freshman.
And he loses the handle out of bounds. Going to stay with the Bears, but good pressure defense on the Cats. 7-0 our score, 6:40 to go here, first quarter. Trumbo's got it across the timeline. Get it off for Sargent. Sargent's got it now. Gets it back to Trumbore. Trumbore goes to the elbow for Brockman. Back out front they go. Eatson with it. He's going to dribble. Stripped away. Gets it back. Put back. Good. And they're on the board. 7-2. Eatson with the bucket. Cats bring it back the other way. Atkinson with it on the elbow. Handoff. 3-ball. Langer. And it's 10-2. Brooks Langer off the set.
And he's just moving forward from where he was last night. 26 points in the game last night. So
Brockman gets it to Sargent over into the corner. Trumbore got it out of the corner. They go baseline for Cox. Cox out of the corner. Back up front he goes for Sargent. Sargent's got it between the circles. Set it up. Looking to get rid of it. And it's stripped away. Picked up by the Cats to Langer. And a blocking foul going to be called on Eatson. I'll tell you, the one thing I noticed about Eatson, he's been playing some ball since he was freshman on the varsity. He's just a junior, but his body, he's filled out. You can tell he's been in the weight room a lot and has changed up the way he plays. They get it in to Atkinson and one, fouled by Cox, and it's 12-2. Kennedy Atkinson drops one in, and an and one opportunity coming up for him. I couldn't hear what the Butler fan said over there, was screaming something, but I think it was one of those situations where Kennedy's so long and lanky, I think they thought he might have traveled, but I don't really think he did there. Eatson going to bring it back the other way. He's going to dribble in and one back the other way. Eatson answers back, and it's 12-4. And an and one for him. See who they got that one on.
it was on Atkinson.
So they call that on Kennedy. So quick drive by Eatson, and at the line is Eatson for an and one and knocks it down. He's got all 5 of Butler's points in the early going. 5:25 to go here in the first quarter. Norris with it on the wing, goes top of the key. Into the free throw line, goes to Atkinson, now left side. Atkinson with it, looking baseline. Doesn't like what he sees, goes up, glass and good. Kennedy Atkinson, because he just takes it right to the rack, makes it 14-5. There's that matchup we talked about, who's going to be able to slow down Kennedy, and right now it's not been anybody in the early going. Sargent's got it, it's going to dribble in, go up strong, no. Rebound for Schroeder, and he's fouled. If that's Eatson, that might be a 2 on Eatson.
It is.
And subs coming in, Beckley's coming in, along with Miller and Black. That was a second on Eatson, which is not good. That means he may have to be sitting. He's their point guy so far in the game, 14-5 to score. Get it off for Schroeder. Schroeder's got it, look back door. Nothing there. Get it over to Atkinson, back inside for Schroeder, and off of Schroeder out of bounds. Going to go back to the Bears. So 4:40 to go here, first quarter, 14-5. Cats with the lead. Black gets it across timeline for Sargent. Sargent's got it back to Black. Black going to drive, gets it over to Miller. He'll fire a 3. Good. Miller knocks it down for triple, and it's 14-8. Back the other way we go. Norris up and under, no. And it goes back the other way. Across the timeline, and a foul by Norris as he cuts off Sargent. So 4:15 to go here in the first quarter. 14-8, 6-point game. Get it up on the wing, back out Front Sargent to Black. Black thought about the dribble drive, and now he is going to drive. Doesn't like what he sees, backs it out, gets it off for, that was Gabriel, and then back up front. Ball on the floor, scrum for it. They get it to Langer. Langer going to go coast to coast and put it in for two. Brooks Langer, 16-8. Back the other way they go with it. Beckley's got it on the wing, left side. Back out front for Sargent. Sargent goes to Miller at the volleyball line. Back over to Sargent. Free throw line, Gabriel. He's going to dribble in. Kick off in the corner. Black thought about a three. Now guarded by Langer. Going to dribble drive. Drops it off for Gabriel. Gabriel steps up from 18. No. Rebound on the backside by Norris. And then he is wrapped up by Sargent. And a foul, and it's going to go back to the Cats, up by 8 with 3:22 to go here first quarter. So quick pace, and that is where the Cats want to be with that quick pace. Get it in for Norris with 3:20 to go here first quarter, and he's going to bring it across the timeline, gets it off a little backdoor cut. Great ball movement, Cats. Schroeder to Langer, 4-2, and the Cats lead 18-8. Back to a 10-point lead, matches the largest lead of the day for the Cats. Black goes into the corner for Miller, who lights another one up. And that's 18-11 as Miller's got a couple triples into the game. Norris has it out front, gets it to Atkinson. Atkinson's got it top of the key. Going to set up his offense, hand back for Norris. 2:45 to go first quarter, 18-11, Cats with the advantage. And now Norris gets cleared out and cannot connect. And it goes back the other way. It's a couple of drives by Norris, and neither one have been fruitful. Gabriel free throw line jumper good, and it's 18-13. And now Coach Langer going to call a timeout after the Gabriel bucket. We'll take a timeout as well. 2:25 to go, 18-13 Cats. Community is important to Excalibur Contracting. Being a Harrisonville business for 14 years, they understand what it takes to be successful and make Harrisonville successful. If you need help with a remodel, grounds, athletic field maintenance, mowing, or landscape, Excalibur Contracting is who to call. Mike and Natalie Johnson with Excalibur are proud to back the Blue both on and off the field. All right, Cats just led by 10. Now it's down to 5, a quick 5-0 spurt. And, you know, really it's been the shooting of Bryce Miller keeping him in this game here as he came into the game. And Eatson had to sit on the bench. Eatson had the first 5 for the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of a spurts by each team. We started off good. They came back and closed the gap a little bit. We opened it up again, and now they've had 2 threes by Miller to close that gap.
2:25 to go here, first quarter, 18-13, Cats by 5. Norris going to bring it across the timeline. Dribbles over to the wing on the right side and force that one, and it's knocked away. Back the other way it goes. Miller for 2. Just like that, it's 18-15. Norris over to Bocher. Into the corner, Tiemann. He'll fire a 3. Connect. James Tiemann knocks it down, 21-15. And that'll slow the roll there. They get it to Gabriel, free throw line. Beckley, no. Atkinson with the board. Gabriel with the foul. That right there is what Kennedy Atkinson does to folks. He frustrates them. He had position, and Gabriel is bigger, taller, stronger than him, but Atkinson had the position and was able to take the rebound. So it's a 5-6-point game. Backdoor cut. Tried to get that one off for Langer, and it goes inside. It's 21-15 our score. Norris trying to get it in here. They get it into Bocher. Bocher jumper, no good. Goes back the other way. Across the timeline, Miller with it to Beckley. Beckley's got it at the top of the key. Goes to Black on the wing right side. Over to the top of the key with it. Into the left corner. Miller, another 3. He's got 3 triples. He's got 11 in the game, and it's 21-18. Back to a 3-point game with 1:10 to go here in the first quarter. Bocher's got it back to Atkinson. Over to Norris. Backdoor for Bocher, out for Langer for three, a little bit strong. Tiemann with the rebound. He is fouled on the offensive rebound by Beckley. Or no, that was Trumbo. So Trumbauer with the foul on that one. It's a 3-point game, 1 minute to go. Atkinson going to check out. Schroeder going to check in. They get it into Billy Bocher, and he chucks it right to, I'm not real sure where he was going with that one, and it goes back the other way, and it's a 1-point game, 21-20. 10-point lead has evaporated. And now Tiemann's got it out front, guarded by Black, and a reach-in foul on Black. Who made that last bucket, Gary?
Who made it?
Yeah.
I think it was Brockman. I've got either Brockman or Gabriel, whoever's.
So 21-20, Cats with a 1-point advantage. That was the 7th team foul, so Tiemann goes to the line for a 1-on-1.
And I didn't get who that was on. Oh, 31.
That was on Ryan Black, his first. Tiemann's free throw no good. And now Butler had a chance to take their first lead of the ball game after trailing by 10 on 2 separate occasions. Miller was out of bounds, and it goes back to the Cats. No, it's early in the game, but these are one of those psychological moments for Butler here. They would been down 10, would like to get that lead back. If the Cats can stretch it back out to 4 or 6 at the end by the end of this quarter, then that'll be a victory for them. Get it off for Schroeder. Schroeder has it on the wing. Hands back out between the circles for Atkinson. Atkinson's got it between the circles at the volleyball line. 15 seconds to get it off for Langer. Langer backs it up with 10. Guarded by Beckley. And a reach-in foul, just bail out. You don't want to do that for one, as you bail out Langer, who was having to press to try to get it back towards the top of the key. And now Langer goes to the line for 1-and-1. Cats already have missed the front end of 1-and-1 here. Langer's free throw is true. Knocks it down, makes it 22-20. One more to go for the senior. Langer's second is no good. Schroeder with the rebound and a jump ball goes back to Butler.
It's not a bad thing to happen with 5 seconds left.
No, but at the same time, you make a 2-point lead become 5 real quick with the end of quarter 3. So this could change it a lot. If Butler now could come down and hit a buzzer-beating 3, they take the lead after 1. Going to get it in for Eidson. And a 3, no. And that'll end the quarter. So the Cats will get the ball. The good news now is the Cats get the ball to start second quarter instead of Butler getting the ball, which they would have had a 2-point or a 2-possession opportunity. So into 1, 22-20, Cats lead. We'll be right back.
Stop going online and paying top dollar to make a t-shirt. Call Cindy at C Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing. She will walk you through the whole process and have you or your organization looking the best. It's no mistake that 4T's Broadcasting is always the best dressed crew around. We trust Cindy with all of our apparel on game day. Put a personal C Squared touch on your next order. Whether it's just 1 or 100, C Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing can get it done. Check them out on Facebook or go see them on the Clinton Square.
All right, welcome back. 22-20 after a offensive first quarter. Cats jumped out to a 12-2 lead, and then they hung around that 10-ish point mark, pushed it out to 18-8, and then a 9-0 run by the Bears, or I should say a 7-0 run, got them to 18-15, eventually to 21-20 as they went on a 12-2 run. And then 22-20 is where we stand at the end of the quarter.
But 11 of those points came from off the bench. Well, actually 13 came off the bench, but 11 of them came from one player, and that was Miller, who had 3 threes and a 2.
And it shows you how much high school basketball has changed over the years, where a 10-point lead, it used to be when you were up 10, you felt like you had a really good shot to put the game away. A 10-point lead, not much. It's 3 quick possessions by the other team in 2 stops, and you get 3 threes, and that's what happens. Now Hall's got it in the corner, guarded by Black. Double team, they get it off for Langer, and Langer is fouled by the freshman Trumbore.
And they're almost into the double bonus.
So Langer goes back to the line. He's 1 out of 2 from the line. Cat's only 1 out of 3 so far. Free throw good by Langer, knocks the front end down, makes it 23-20 with 1 more to go here. So 23-20 the score. Free throw coming, good. Langer knocks them both down. There's a whistle, there's a sub. Oh, they're gonna call a foul there. Didn't see who they called that on. So it's 24-20. See if they pop that one up. That would be on Hall, his first. Black brings it back the other way. It's over on the wing for Brockman. They go inside Gabriel, no good, and he'll go to the free throw line for a pair.
And our lights just went off up here.
Hey, at least we can still see down on the floor. So 7:34. 7:34. That was Schroeder's first foul. Gabriel at the line for 2. His first one is through there. And he's got 1 more to go here. 24-21. Like somebody leaned against the light switch down there. Turned it back on. Second one, good. So Gabriel knocks them both down, makes it a 2-point game, 24-22. Norris across the timeline with it, gets it over to Hall. Hall goes to Langer, step back, double, good.
He was on the line, they called it.
Yep, his foot was on the line. First thing I looked at was his foot. It goes back the other way, 4-point game. They go inside Gabriel, puts it up, and good. As Gabriel answers right back, and it's 26-24. 7 minutes to go here in the first half. So 3-point game, 27-24, or 26-24. And there's a foul there, and that's going to put Blixt at the line. I've got 26-24. They got 27. Did they give him a 3 on that?
They just changed it back to 26.
Okay. There we go. I thought that was only a 2. So Langer with the 2.
And they're in the double bonus now.
And Blix goes to the free throw line. So Blix at the line for a pair.
But I didn't get who the foul was on, so.
Free throw no good. Do we have 10 team fouls as well?
No.
Okay.
We've only got 4.
I thought so. Blix missed the first, made the second. So Cats have missed 4 free throws here in the ball game so far. It's 27-24. 6:53 to go here in the half. Black brings it across timeline, gets it over to Miller. Miller's going to go inside to Gabriel, and a foul going to be called. Are they going to call that on Atkinson?
Kennedy. And that's 2 on Kennedy.
So 6:46 to go. That means Kennedy might have to take a seat here and get it into Beckley in the corner. They go right back to Gabriel. Gabriel back to Beckley. Ball on the ground. Kicks it out to Black. Get it over Miller. He's wide open again. No good. Rebound Atkinson. And he gets it taken away, but a foul. They're going to call that on Brockman. And I believe that's 2 on Brockman.
No, that's only 1 on Brockman.
Okay, so his first, no, 2.
Well, then that was the foul that I missed down here.
I thought it was his second, maybe. So that means Kennedy at the line for 2. He's 0 for 1 from the line. First one rattles it home. They get 28-24. With 1 more to go here. Second one is good as well. So Kennedy knocks them both, and the Cats have pushed it back out to 5, 29-24 after the 2 Kennedy Atkinson free throws. Didn't see what happened there as I was looking down. 29-24. Looked down to put my extra point on there and come up, and I'm assuming something between Black and Norris there as they were trying to keep Norris back. Get into the corner. Out of the corner of the wing. Drive by Butler there and Sargent. So 29-24 the score, 6:14 to go here in the first half. Norris brings the ball across the timeline. Go to Atkinson, little backdoor cut off. They go inside to Norris. Norris kicks it out for Schroeder. Schroeder's got it back door this time for Langer. They're not going to give him the shot, but he's going to go shoot 2 anyway, as that was Beckley went over the top there. So Langer at the line, he's 3 out of 4, and he has 2 coming up here with 5:56 to go in the first half. 29-24. First one is good, 30-24. One more to go here with 5:56 to go in first half. So back to a 6-point lead for the Cats. Second free throw, good by Langer. Starting to get in the groove from the line, 31-24, 7-point game again. Miller has it, goes free throw line, Gabriel. He's going to pull up from there. No good. Atkinson with the board. And he gets it off to Langer, and Langer's going to push it back the other way. He's going to pull up from 3. Wild shot. Not sure what happened there, but not the play that you want. Sargent has it the other way. And Sargent going to dribble, put it up, and one. They're going to call that on Kennedy.
He wasn't close. I don't think so.
Not on Kennedy. They're going to give Sargent the bucket and one. 31-26. Back to 5 and an and one opportunity.
But who was the call on? It was on Schroeder.
Schroeder, his second. So Schroeder and Atkinson both with 2 fouls. 31-27. And now Black bails out with a foul the other way. So 4-point game, and Norris at the line. Scoreless so far here tonight. It's 2 on Black. Free throw for Norris is good.
They've almost scored what they scored last night in the whole game.
And Norris knocks them both in, and it's a 33-27 lead. And this one is thrown away. Back court, it's going to be called or out of bounds as they tried that cross-court pass, and it goes out of bounds. You know, I talked to Coach Jackson on the phone the other night. Obviously, you know, he lives in Harrisonville. I've been good friends with Coach Jackson for years, and we were talking back and forth. And, you know, he's like, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out my game plan and what I want to do, and has it on the wing back up top of the key. And Atkinson with the bucket, no good, as he tried a 3. They get it off to Blix. Blix has been quiet here tonight. Hasn't really had many opportunities to get an open shot. So they go to the elbow for Blix. Blix back out. And they're going to call a foul. They're going to probably call a double foul right here. I wouldn't be surprised. If anything, you got to call a double foul. I didn't see what happened. As again, I was away watching the ball, and that was away from the ball. But those two have been tangling most of this bowl game. So I'm not real sure what's going on as they're still discussing. We got a little quiet there, kind of try to hear a little bit. So I love Kennedy Atkinson.
He just patted Coach on the shoulder,
He's
too.
like, Coach, calm down. And, Coach Langer said that before. He's like, I've gotten heated a couple times. Kennedy comes over and says, hey, Coach, it'll be all right. So it'll be Cats ball. I think they gave a double foul there. And they get it into the corner for Atkinson out front for Langer. We're back underway. 4:45 to go first half. 6-point Wildcat lead. Have led by as many as 10 two different times in this game. Langer going to take it to the hoop. No good. Rattles out. And it's going to go back the other way. And a reach-in foul on Brooks Langer, that was a silly foul. He was mad he missed that. And then he reaches in and gets a foul. 4:32 to go, and back the other way. A 1-and-1 situation is going to be for Sargent. So,
if they gave a double foul, that was Norse's third foul.
And free throw no good. Atkinson with another rebound. They're going to go back the other way. Stacy has it, guarded by Beckley. Good crossover by Stacy into the corner for Blix. Back out front now for Atkinson. Backdoor Schroeder. Schroeder spins in the paint and delivers. Make it 35-27. Cats back up by 8. Monty's got 7 in the first half.
Who shot the free throw down here?
Sargent. So 4:10 to go here, first half. And a timeout called by Butler here. We'll take a timeout as well. Cats up 8 with 4:09 to go, first half.
When you plan a party, the last thing you want to do is worry about cooking and cleaning up that mess. Call the experts at Time for Seasoning Catering. Stephanie will help you plan and execute a brilliant menu for your celebration. Take the worry out of your event and let Stephanie wow your guests with a great menu that they'll be talking about for weeks. Whether a small get-together of friends or a big wedding, Stephanie will take care of you. Visit them online at timeforseasoning.com. That's THYME for seasoning.com to get her booked today.
4:09 to go here in 4:09 to go here in the first half. Cats lead by 8. That was a smart timeout, Coach Jackson, as he got double teamed up there. He didn't want to lose a possession, down 8. And get it off on the wing for Miller. He's going to drive and good. Goes right past Bocher. 35-29, back to a 6-point game. As Miller puts in 2 more. Between the circles, over to Stacy. He's got it on the wing. Right side, top of the key. Blix for 3. No good. Goes back the other way. Good look by Blix, just a little bit short on that one. 6-point game. Cox has it on the wing, going to dribble. Blocked away by Bocher, picked up by Langer, and Langer is fouled. So 35-29. Bocher with the block, forces the rebound to Langer. And Langer goes to the line. He is 5 out of 6 from the line. He's got 11 in the ball game. And with 3:30 to go here in the first half, it's 35-29. And that was the third foul on Beckley. So 36-29. And I do believe they did call a double foul because Kobe is on the bench, and I would imagine that's why is they don't want him obviously pick up a 4th here in the first half. So the first free throw good by Langer. 1 more to go. Knocks them both down. Brooks and Langer makes it a 37-29 game. Back the other way with it. Brockman out front. Sargent gives it off to the lane for Eidson. Atkinson clearing traffic. He's going to get it off to Langer. Langer's got it out front, guarded heavily. Gets it into the lane. Floater good, and the Cats are lead by 10 again, 39-29. Brooks Langer with another bucket. Eidson off on the wing. Little dribble drive, good. And the foul by Bocher. And I don't know that Bocher would have got that fouled called on him. Sargent with the dribble drive there. I don't know if he would have got that call. He's got that volleyball spike move that he does, and that's just from his volleyball background. It's almost like a spike move. When you swing your arm like that, official's going to call a foul when the guy goes to the ground. So back to an 8-point game, 39-31, and make it a 7-point game with the bucket. No good. Atkinson with the rebound, and a foul on the rebound by Kennedy Atkinson.
That is Atkinson's 8th or 9th rebound of the first half. And there's still almost 3 minutes left.
I tell you, I told you. 2:58 to go here in the first half. 39-31 the score. And there's fouls aplenty up on the scoreboard. Gary, you'll have to add up total team fouls here.
I've got them.
Atkinson at the line. First one rattles that one in. Kennedy knocks that one down. Makes it 40-31, and one more to go for Kennedy Atkinson. So 2:58 to go first half. Second free throw good, 41-31, back to a 10-point game. They go back the other way with it. Sargent has it. Guarded by Atkinson. If I was Sargent and I know that Kennedy's got 2 fouls, I'm going to go right at him. Kennedy's trying to make sure nobody's behind him. Eatson's going to pull in, gets Sargent. Sargent top of the key, go over to Miller. Miller's got 3 triples. He's going to go baseline with his jumper. No. Bocher with the rebound. Going to get it ahead to Hall. Hall's got numbers. Good bounce pass, but cannot hang on to it. A little bit hard on that one. Going to go back the other way with 2:25 to go. Eatson going to dribble drive. He loses the handle. Blocked away. Picked up by Langer. Langer's got numbers. He's going to go drop it down. Out of bounds off of Sargent. Cats ball with 2:16 to go in the half. 41-31. Cats up by 10. Set to pass it in with 2:16 to go in the half. Get it into Atkinson, over to Bocher. They look into the lane. Now kick it out for Hall. He'll fire a 3. Good! Corbin Hall knocks one down. And it's 44-31 with 2 minutes to go here in the half. Going to go baseline. Gabriel, jumper no good. Rebound by Langer. Kennedy just so calm out on the floor. He's like, calm down, guys. And slows it down to go back the other way. Langer going to get a pick by Bocher. A little 17-footer. Good. Brooks Langer. And the Cats lead it 46-31. Langer feeling it. Back the other way. Glasson good. 46-33. And I have no idea who got that one. It looked like Sargent with that one.
I think so.
46-33 with 1:20 to go in the half. Cats lead by 13. Go inside for Blixt, outside to Bocher, misses that one badly, and a rebound back the other way. Across the timeline, Sargent dribbles it into the lane, kicks it back for Cox. Cox gets it back to Miller now. Miller out front with a minute to go, little under a minute. They're going to look double team, now get it off for Gabriel. Gabriel to Eatson. Eatson going to dribble drive, blocked away. And bodies go tumbling. Bocher going to get called for the foul. And I think they felt the bodies hitting, but that was Hall and Eatson that both knocked into each other there, and Eatson's going to go to the line. And you wonder how much of the offensive lags that they've had for Butler is because Eatson's been on the bench, and Miller and Eatson haven't been in the game together yet. First free throw good, 46-34. One more to go here with 49 seconds to go. Second free throw sent to come up. It is good. 46-35, 11-point game as Eatson's got 7. Get it off to Blixt. Back to Langer with 40. So 40 seconds to go in this first half. Cats lead by 11. Ball on the ground. Picked up by Langer, off to Blixt. Blixt got it over to Tiemann. Back to Blixt. Skip it over, wide open Langer. Got it, Brooks Langer for 3. He is heated up in the second half, and it's 49-35. kick it out on the wing. Sargent cut off by Langer. Back out, 3 ball by Cox. No good. Rebound to Langer. And 9 seconds to go. Cats are going to put it up, 49-35. Langer for 3. No. Out of bounds. 1.9 to go. Brooks was feeling it a little bit, but maybe too much right there. So 49-35, 1.9 to go. Should be about 3 seconds, but a little bit extra time ran off. No big deal. So the Cats going to try to get an open look. They're going to get it into Atkinson. He's going to spin. And no, we go to the half. It's a 14-point game, 49-35 Cats at the half. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back in a few minutes. You're watching high school basketball on 4Ts.
It's important for you to get coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Bradley Sainer can help you understand your options so you can be prepared for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Farmers agent Bradley Sainer at 816-974-8105 to find out how he can help you protect the things that matters most to you. That's Bradley Sainer at 816-974-8105.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
How nice would it be to get a check from someone and not have to worry about getting to the bank to put it in your account? At Hawthorne Bank, you can do exactly that. Simply open your mobile banking app, take a picture of the check, and voila, the check has been deposited into your account. Not to mention, you can always manage your accounts and payments right in the app as well. Hawthorne Bank prides itself on being at the forefront of technology to always make your banking a breeze. Hawthorne Bank, next to Troby's on Plaza Drive. We all have a checklist when it comes to getting car care. No matter what is on your list, convenience, knowledge, affordability, friendliness, Colby's Car Clinic has you covered. Convenience is being right here in Harrisonville and taking care of all car care problems. From an oil change to tires and everything in between, it's your only stop. Knowledge is covered with having an ASE certified master technician. Affordability means they will work with you to not break your budget. And friendliness greets you each time you walk in the door as they treat you like an old friend. Go see Colby and the gang right behind O'Reilly's in the Big Blue building.
Does your lawn need some TLC? Owned and operated by 3 generations of Wildcats, Heltz Turf Farm is your local stop for sod and topsoil since 1971. Whether you need 1 roll of sod, a scoop of dirt, or a whole truckload, they have you covered. A new home in your future? Give us a call at 816-540-2020 and set up a quote for new sod installation. Heltz Turf Farm is located between Harrisonville and Pleasant Hill and is open 8 to 5 weekdays and 8 to noon on Saturdays.
When it comes to fast service and reasonable prices, Young's Auto Repair is the place. Whether it is a standard oil change, new brakes, or something major, William and Michelle with Young's Auto Repair will make sure you are back on the road quickly with a little change left in your pocket. Don't break the bank when it comes to your vehicle needs. Instead, come to the shop that keeps the cost in check and you rolling back down the highways. Young's Auto Repair, right across the street from Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial.
It's hard to find someone reliable to work on your small engines. Not anymore. Nathan and the crew at Land & Sand are your stop from lawnmowers, personal watercraft, all the way to Can-Ams and razors. From tune-ups to race builds, they will make sure your toy is ready to play with the big boys. Call them at 816-738-1455 and set up an appointment today.
A strong lineup is always important no matter the sport. The same should go for your insurance company as well. At Stafford & Stafford Insurance, your auto, commercial, life, health, farm, and crop insurance is all under one roof. With a lineup like that, they are sure to have your team covered. Call the team that will line up with the best of them. Stafford & Stafford Insurance in Harrisonville, located on Commercial Street across from Holland's Auto Sale.
Well, Gary might join me by the end of halftime.
I'm done.
He is caught up. But that was a high-paced, crazy first half of play, and the Cats find themselves up 49-35. They lead it by 14. and I'm checking through my notes here as it kind of went off the rails a little bit. They've led by as many as 15 in the game and find themselves up by 14, 49-35. They led 22-20 at the end of one, outscored Butler 27-15 in the second to take a 49-35 lead. I think Gary's double-checking stats here to see if he's got everything he needs correctly, and we'll go over those stats. And it was a great first half of basketball that just was back and forth. The Cats led by 10 twice in the first quarter and stretched it out to 15 in the second quarter after it was a 1 or 2 point game for a majority of that first part of the second quarter, Gary.
Yeah, it was a half of kind of streaks by each one of them. You know, when Butler finally got it back within 2, then we were able to stretch it out, and that's where we ended. I'm going to go over stats real quick. Brooks Langer leads the Cats with 23. Then you've got Kennedy Atkinson with 8, Monty Schroeder with 7, Blixt with 3, Norris with 2, and then you've got a Tiemann with a 3 off the bench and a Hall with a 3 off the bench, and that was really important. That was one that kind of things were going Harrisonville's way, and that kind of started sealing it even more. Leading the way for Butler is Bryce Miller. He's got 3 threes off the bench. All 3 of those came in the first, and then he's got a couple of field goals after that with 13. Then you've got Sargent with 7, Eatson with 7, Brockman with 2, and Gabriel with 6 for a total of 35 with the Cats up. I've got Kennedy Atkinson having 8 rebounds in the first half alone. Now in foul trouble, Kobe Norris will probably not start the second half, may or may not. He's got 3. Schroeder has 2. Kennedy Atkinson has 2. Billy Bocher has 2. Everybody else has 1 or none. However, for Butler, starter Gavin Brockman has 3. Carter Trumbore has 2. Starter Eatson has 2. Andrew Beckley has 3. And Ryan Black has 3. They had a total of 16 fouls in the first. Harrisonville had a total of 11 fouls. So that's the stats I've got.
And, you know, for the Cats, they got to play within themselves and controlled. And I felt like there was at times in the first half, especially when Butler got back into the ball game, is they tried to do a little bit too much offensively. They were forcing things inside. They weren't moving the ball around. And when they really took off was when they started spacing the ball out, playing tough defense, and getting a lot of buckets in transition.
Yeah, that's true. You know, but we finished the half good, so I like that. I mean, not only with the 14-point deficit that Butler has to overcome, but we finished strong, and I think Butler kind of seemed a little out of sorts at the very end. And plus, they've got 2 with 3 fouls and another 2 with they've got 3 with 3 fouls and another 2 with 2 fouls. So they're kind of in a mix and match situation now as far as who's going to actually start.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I mean, the hot hand right now is going to Brooks Langer, as he has been on fire, whether it's from 22 feet out, from 19 feet out, from 16 to 12. Like, he's got that mid-range game going, and he's got his jump shot going. And when he has got his shot going, he is one of the toughest guys to guard and defend, because even a hand in his face is not going to stop him from knocking down buckets. So we got about 3 minutes before we get to second half action. We are going to take another timeout. We'll take a 2 commercial timeout, and then we'll be back to wrap up the halftime show.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. And as always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
No matter the time of day, we could all use a Route 44 from Sonic. Good news, if you order in the Sonic app, you get happy hour all day. That means drinks are half price anytime on the Sonic app. Don't worry, it's still traditional happy hour from 2 to 4 every day at the Sonic of Harrisonville. So if you need to refuel with a drink, or maybe you need a snack, come see the gang at Sonic and fuel up.
All right, welcome back. We're about ready for the second half. Before we get to the second half, I want to talk about something a little bit. We touched on it last night. If anybody knows, a couple of nights ago, Pleasant Hill lost 2 senior girls in a car accident. and their community is hurting right now. We usually call our rivals with Pleasant Hill, and we call all the matchups the Cass County Clash. I want to change it up a little bit this year. We're going to call it the Cass County Class. We're all part of Cass County, so let's take our neighbors to the north. Let's take care of them. We have a donate button on our website on 4ts.com. We want people to go and donate money, $1, $2, whatever you feel like you'd like to donate. Donate money, and what we're going to do on Tuesday is we're going to give a check to the Pleasant Hill basketball program, and we want them to give that money to the families in care of the Pleasant Hill basketball community. So we want to give back to the Pleasant Hill community. We're going to give money to them on Tuesday night. So we've got about 3 days to make a big difference, 4 days to make a big difference, raising money. So if you go to 4ts.com, you can find a link there that says donate. You can donate, and everything from now until Tuesday, we will add up, and then we will get a check to Pleasant Hill so they can present it to the correct folks. And, you know, I figure that's the least thing we could do, Gary.
Yeah, 100% of the proceeds will be going to the Oliver and Shore family of Pleasant Hill. So think about it if you were affected. So you got 2 seniors that and their families that are affected by this crash.
So we are back underway in the second half. Cats up by 14. Butler gets the ball to start the second half. 49-35 our score. 3 ball in the corner. Miller, no good. Atkinson tries to get the rebound. Instead, it is Sargent. They're going to call Schroeder or Atkinson for that one. They're going to call that on Monty. That'll be 3 on him. And that puts Sargent at the line for a pair. So 7:41 to go here in that quarter. First one by Sargent, no good. 1 more to go here. He's missed his last 3 free throws. 49-35. When I say that, I'm going to give him the reverse jinx here. Sure enough, knocks that one down. 49-36, and it goes back the other way for the Cats. Norris in there with his 3 fouls to start the half. Norris has it, goes to Bocher. Backdoor Atkinson, glass and good. Kennedy Atkinson, 51-36. Kennedy knocks it down. He's got 10 in the game for the Cats. 7:23 to go here in the third. Sargent skips it over to Eatson. Eatson's going to dribble drive, gets cut off, back to Sargent. He steps in now to Eatson in the corner. He'll fire it up, no good. Atkinson with the board, and they get it to Langer, and Langer brings it across the timeline with 7:05 to go here in the half. Double team, Langer steps through it, gets it to Bocher. Bocher skips it up, top of the key, over to Norris for 3. No good. Rebound for Butler. Going to bring it back the other way. 15-point game with 6:50 to go, third quarter. Little dribble drive by Miller is no good. Atkinson there with another board. And he's going to push it up for the Cats across the timeline. And Kennedy going to step in. Wide open. Billy Bocher, glass and good for 2. 53-36. And Coach Jackson going to call the timeout to settle his guys down here. 6:33 to go here in the third. 53-36. We'll keep it right here. So 6:33 to go, third quarter. Cats with the bucket by Bocher, and that was all predicated on 2 guys going out to find Atkinson, and Atkinson, with that vision, finds a wide open Billy Bocher in the lane, and he lays it in for 2.
Yeah, a minute and a half into the third, and he's got 10 rebounds, 2 already this this quarter alone. So
he's got a double-double, and we just started the second half. So you got to like that if you're the Wildcats, and you got to like the score on the scoreboard. A 17-point lead for the Cats. 53-36 the score as they pull out to a bigger lead to start this third quarter. Now, if you're the Cats, you can't get overconfident because a lot of times you'll see a situation like that. You jump out to a big lead early in the third quarter, you get complacent, and that 17-point lead becomes 7 or 8, and you start pressing a little bit. Sargent going to bring it up for the Bears with 6:30 to go. See if Coach had a set play out of there. And now there's a steal by Norris. He's going to bring it up, drops it off for Blix. Blix back to Norris. Norris has got it on the left side wing. Gets a pick from Atkinson. Goes over to the top. Roll it into the paint for Kennedy. He puts it up, drops it off for Bocher. Glasson good. Billy Bocher back-to-back buckets, and it's a 19-point lead, 55-36. Bocher with back-to-back buckets. And get it off on the wing, back out front for Sargent. Sargent to Eatson. He'll fire from 22, and he drains it. Jagger Eatson, 4-2, or 4-3, sorry. We about lost our table there, so 55-39 the score. Backdoor cut, Langer, and one. He's fouled on the way to the rack, 57-39. Langer with 2 and the and one opportunity. So 5:38 to go here in the third. And Cats lead it 57-39.
I think that, yeah, that's 3 on Eatson, so.
So at the line, Langer knocks it down, and it's a 58-39 ball game. Across the timeline they go with it. Top of the key, gonna dribble drive the freshman back out to Eatson. And Eatson's going to deliver with another bucket, 58-41. Eatson with another bucket. He's in double figures with 12. 7:15 to go here, third quarter. Cats with the lead, 58-41. Back it up. Norris directing traffic here. Gets it off for. Get it off. And good hustle there. Now a 3-ball. Good, Billy Bocher! 61-41. Bocher with 7 in the third quarter, and he's heated up for the Cats. Get it off for Beckley, top of the key. Gabriel spinning it around for the freshman in the corner. They go. Dribble drive, reach in foul. They're going to call it reach in, or they can call that on Kennedy?
Didn't look.
Call that on maybe Langer on a reach in. Kennedy was in the vicinity. And they do call that on Langer, his second. So 4:41 to go, third quarter. Cats up by 20. Strength of Billy Bocher buckets here. Beckley loses the handle, gets it back, and spins on the Cats. And there's Kennedy with another rebound. He's going to push it up for the Cats, off to Langer. Glasson, good! Brooks Langer for 2, and it's 63-41. Brooks Langer having a game. And he's going to the line for an and one opportunity. Cats lead by 22. Free throw, Brooks Langer good. And it's 64-41. Cats by 23. And Coach Jackson going to call a timeout. That's his 4th timeout. He's only got 1 left, so he's going to talk it over. We'll take a timeout. Cats lead 64-41 here in the third.
A community always needs a group to help promote the small businesses in its town. Harrisonville Chamber of Commerce does this for Harrisonville. Chamber Golf Tournament, Log Cabin Festival, and monthly meetings. The Chamber events are plentiful and a great way for your business to be seen. Go to harrisonvillechamber.com or watch the weekly Chamber chat for more Chamber happenings.
All right, 4:24 to go here in the third quarter. Cats lead 64-41 in this one. Gary, I mean, Billy Bocher and Brooks Langer having a good third quarter.
23, 25, 27, 29 by Langer, and we're not even halfway through the third. And Bocher, you're right, has got 7 points alone here, and one of them is a 3.
Yeah, and he missed. You know why they left him wide open on that one? Because the one he missed in the first half did not look good. And this time they're going to get it into Eatson as we're back underway. They go to Gabriel. He's going to go on Bocher, puts it up off the glass for 2, make it 64. Or sorry, 64-43. Back the other way. They go free throw line for Langer. Looks back door for Atkinson. Kick it over. 3 ball in the corner. You can't defend that the way the Cats are moving the basketball. And Tiemann knocks his second triple of the game, and it's 67-43. Foul on the floor. That was all predicated by ball movement right there, Gary. They go underneath on the cutter for Atkinson. Shows his athletic ability, who tosses it out for the easy look for 3. Free throw up and no good off the front of the rim. Freshman Trumbore at the line. So 3:57 to go here. Third quarter. Cats lead by 24. Trumbore at the line. Second one, no good. Atkinson had the rebound. I guess you don't get credit for that one. He got knocked out of bounds. So that'll just make him mad. He's just going to go get a couple more.
Oh, yeah, that will make you mad.
You just took my rebound away. 3:56. Reminds me of Rodman. You know, you get all these rebounds and somebody else grabs one of the rebounds.
And now he's doing maintenance on the floor.
67-43. 3:55 to go here in the third. Tiemann to the rack. James Tiemann, 69-43. Ball knocked away, picked up by Eidson. Into the corner for Beckley. He's going to dribble drive around defenders and puts it up and in for 2, and it's 69-45. Cats go back the other way. They get it to Bocher. Jumper, no good, and it goes back the other way. So Beckley stares it down and knocks one down, and then back the other way. Sargent goes up, and a foul going to be called. So that is Miller on the way to the line. 3:18 to go here in the third. 69-45. What a take by Tiemann, though. He just went coast to coast and puts it up and in for 2. Call that foul on Bocher, his third. Free throw good by Miller. Me and Gary both try to keep up with points, but at this point, it's such a back and forth battle, I don't really know that I can. 69-46. Second one, no good. There's that rebound Kennedy was looking for. Back the other way it goes. Tiemann cut off and gets out of trouble. Over on the wing for Blixt. Blixt going to dribble drive. Doesn't like what he sees. Gets cut off. Gets it back out for Atkinson. They go to the elbow for Langer. He'll pull up from the elbow. No. Long rebound to Eidson. It goes back the other way to Beckley. Beckley steps around. Atkinson gets another board, and it goes back the other way ahead to Hall. Hall, stop, pop, drop. Corbin Hall for 2, and it's 71-46 in the third quarter of this one. Rebound Langer on the take by Black, and the Cats bring it back the other way. And stripped away, knocked out of bounds. It'll be Cats ball. Tiemann was feeling it. He was going. And what I've liked in this third quarter, Gary, what I've really liked from all these kids is when they're feeling it, they're taking that second, that third shot, and they're not shying away from it. Give it off for Atkinson. Now a jumper for Langer, a little bit strong on that one. Goes back the other way with 2:19 to go here in the third. Black gets it off on the wing for Beckley. Goes inside. Looks for jumper, no. Stripped away by Atkinson from Beckley. Ahead and knocked out of bounds. Good hustle play by Brockman there to knock it out of bounds. Atkinson to pass it in with 2:04 to go. Third quarter. Cats lead 71-46.
I kind of think that Harrisonville was a little bit more mad than Butler.
And we'll leave it at that. We got to talk to Coach Jackson before the game as well, and there was some frustration from him. And understand, coaches go through that with their teams with frustrations, and Coach Jackson was no different as well. He was frustrated. A strip by Langer, and he gets across the timeline underneath for Blixt. Off to Hall, step back 3, no. Atkinson, put back, no, but he'll go to the free throw line. Kennedy Atkinson with another rebound, and he goes to the line for 2. 1:33 to go. Good look by Blixt. Saw Hall. Hall couldn't quite knock it down, but Atkinson gets a wide open look inside, gets fouled, goes to the line. Free throw is good. Make it 72-46. Second free throw as well. And Stacy going to check in for Langer, who's going to rest probably the last 1:33 of this third quarter. So 73-46, 1:29 to go here, third quarter. Black has it cut off by Tiemann, gets it back now to Eatson. Eatson's been their go-to in the third, and he puts it up and in for two. Make it 73-48. Eatson battling for the Bears. They get it ahead for Atkinson with 1:10 to go. I don't know if anybody wants to know, but Gary's Walmart pickup is ready. They get it off on the wing, and a timeout called by Coach Langer with 1:02 to go. My table started vibrating. We'll take a timeout. Cats lead 73-48. We'll tell that story when we get back.
Ready to go?
Something that good teams always possess is the fact they got each other's back. Schroeder Chiropractor in Harrisonville has your back. With 2 chiropractors, 3 therapists, and an amazing office staff, you will feel right at home. And they have a warm, family-friendly waiting area. They will take care of your aches and pains and have you feeling like new. Schroeder Chiropractic has the community's back as well, being actively involved in the Bright Futures and Harrisonville youth sports. Whether it's aches and pains or getting involved in the community, Schroeder Chiropractic has your back.
Welcome back. 1:02 to go, third quarter. Cats lead 73-48 in this third quarter of play. And, you know, really 3 different players have contributed big in this third quarter. Billy Bocher with 7, Langer's buckets, and then a couple of good buckets by Tiemann as well. They're going to look to get it in, get it underneath for Hall. Hall gets cut off. He's got to get rid of it. Gets in the corner for Tiemann. No. Atkinson, though, with the board. Gets everybody off their feet. Now triples it out. Tiemann will fire another. Good! James Tiemann. And it's 76-48 on the 3 by Tiemann. 40 seconds to go. They get into Gabriel. It's stripped away by Hall. And Hall's going to try to take it coast to coast. Got it to go! Corbin Hall, 78-48, your score. Corbin Hall with another bucket. And the Cats have everybody involved here today. Miller, no. Rebound by Hall. Hall gets it to Blixt in the backcourt. Blixt going to bring it across. I wish I could have a camera on Kennedy Atkins sometimes. Was watching him. He's like, calm down, we're good. Get it off to Atkinson. He gets it stripped. Looking to get rid of it. Knocked away. Half court from Miller. No good. And Miller just shrugged his shoulders like, what do you do? Like, that's just kind of the third quarter they had. We got a timeout on the floor. Your score after 3, 78-48, Cats in front. When you're searching for insurance, it's good to be able to call an agent in your town that can protect you. So if you're looking for auto, life, renters, boat, ATV, or any other weekend toy to be covered, call CPSK Insurance, an auto owner's affiliate. Call and talk to one of the local agents, Summer, Randy, Amanda, or Chandra, located right off I-49 and 291 in Harrisonville at the Millwalk Mall. They can give you a quote and get you covered quickly and easily. If your business needs covered, they can help you out there as well. Call them today at 816-380-3800 or visit them online at cpskinsurance.com. Let the local agents go to work for you.
Church & Dwight in Harrisonville, Missouri is now hiring machine operators and maintenance technicians for overnight shifts. Full-time employees receive full benefits immediately. Apply now at churchdwight.com/careers and we will contact you to schedule an interview.
Welcome back. 78-48 our score. Harrisonville with a 30-point advantage as we head to the fourth quarter of this one.
As long as they keep it there, it's going to be a running clock the whole quarter.
And I don't expect it to stay there because I know Coach Jackson and Coach Teams are going to probably come back and they're going to have a furious fourth quarter. Langer's got it, cuts it to the basket, no good, but he'll go to the free throw line for a pair. And the clock did stop. It's at 30, so I wonder if it's under or it's 30 or under or So 7:44, Coach Langer knew it. He's at the line. First one no good by Brooks Langer. He went over and kind of said, do we run the clock or no? And Coach Langer understands. He's like, yeah, he wanted to make this as short a fourth quarter as possible against Coach Jackson. Free throw no good. Put back is good by Billy Bocher. And he's got 9 for the Cats, and it's 80-48. And that one is thrown to the wing. Nobody on the wing there. I think Jagger zagged when Sargent thought he was going to zig, and that caused that turnover. Get it off for Langer. Step back jumper, Brooks Langer, good. And it's 82-48, Brooks Langer with the basket. Out front is Sargent. He's going to dribble drive. No good. Gabriel with the rebound, no good. Foul by Bocher. And that'll be his 4th. The clock rolls here, and Gabriel goes to the free throw line. So 82-48 the score. Gabriel at the line for 2. The first one goes down. One more to go here. Clock is rolling here in this fourth quarter. So 6:15 to go as the clock continues to run. 82-49, Cats with the advantage. Second one good as well. Make it 82-50. You know, and this is the one thing when I did talk to Coach Jackson a couple nights ago and we talked about game planning and, you know, different setups. One of the things he told me, he said, he goes, I worry as there's a take by Norris for 2, 84-50. He said the one thing I do worry about is getting in a run and shoot with Harrisonville. He said because that'll play into their strength. He goes, that's our strength as well. But if we get behind and that happens, he goes, I'm going to be hesitant to, and I go, don't even say it, Frankie. I said, you're not going to slow it down through half-court sets. He goes, well, I might try for a couple of times. But and that's the one part of this game that's really been the difference is the Cats have been able to get into a lot of transition and get some buckets. That one is no good. Goes back the other way. 5:05 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Cats up 84-50. Little reach in. I think they're going to call Schroeder on that one as Beckley got position on him. Be the 6th team foul on the Cats. A lot of whistles in that first half. Not very many in the second half. Only 11 total fouls between the two teams after having about 25 in that first half. The ball in, drop it in the corner, 3-ball, Sargent, no good. Schroeder with the rebound. He's going to take it up and now slow it down and drop it off for Norris with 4:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. 84-50 your score. Cats on top by 34. Bocher has it on the wing, goes inside for Langer, off to Norris. He'll fire, no. Long rebound to Beckley. Beckley going to push it back the other way, drop it off for Sargent, who puts it in for 2. 84-52 the score. And 4 minutes to go here in the ball game, and the Cats in control. Clock rolls. Get it off for the Cats to Schroeder, back to Norris. Norris looking for the cutter. Schroeder gets it back. Good spin move by Schroeder, and he'll go to the free throw line for a pair. Connor Blix. Connor Blix, all 5'6" of him, lifting up the 6'2" Schroeder.
Trying to lift him up.
So that was a good one right there. 3:30 to go here, fourth quarter. Cats lead at 84-52. First free throw good by Monty Schroeder. And he's been quiet. He had 7 in the first quarter. That is his first points since the first quarter. He's now got 8, and it's 85-52. Second free throw as no good. Rebound by Cox. Gets it off for Sargent. Bring it back the other way with approaching 3 minutes to go here in the contest. Dribble drive and one. for Treble. Makes it 85-54. They call that on
Schroeder.
Oh, they call that on Schroeder. So Atkinson going to come back in with 2:44 to go. Tiemann comes in. Stacy comes in. Was that 5 on Monty? So that was Monty's 5th. So he fouls out with 8 points. It's an 85-55 game. Tiemann going to bring it up for the Cats. Tiemann's got 11 for the Cats. Stacy, no good. Rebound, Kennedy almost had it, and it's going to go back the other way. They get it into the corner for Sargent. Stacy back there for the defense. And one opportunity here. Sargent knocks it down, 85-57. Makes it a 28-point game. And one more to add to it with 2:13 to go. Lyon and Johnson check in for the Wildcats. Free throw is good, and it's 85-58. Isn't that called a palindrome? When you have numbers that are the same forward and back, it goes 5-8, 8-5. And if you go backwards, it goes 5-8, 8-5. I think it's a palindrome. 85-58. 2:03 to go. Clock not rolling here. There we go. They got her going. 2 minutes to go here in the ball game. Cats by 27. Sargent with it out front. Stacy goes for the steal there. They kick it in the corner. The freshman Trumbauer, no good. Rebound by Stacy. And with 1:45 to go, Cats down by 27. Stacy loses the handle. Picked up by Trumbauer, no good. Rebound and the putback by Cox is good. And it's 85-60. And Xander Johnson going to bring it up for the Cats with 1:30 to go in the ball game, and the Cats by 25. Xander Johnson takes it, kicks it off for Hall. Hall steps it to Stacy, picked off, and Sargent going to go the other way. Good hustle play right there by Corbin Hall, and then they're going to call a foul on Stacy.
Not sure what he did.
He just kind of chuckled about it. 1:17 to go. Great hustle play by Corbin Hall to come back down there. Black going to check in. Free throw is good by Beckley. So 85-61. I thought we had 1-1. I was like, did I miss the first free throw? So 85-61, 1:16 to go here in the ball game. Second one is good, 85-62. They get it in, do the Cats. Across the timeline they go with it. Get it back to Johnson, 1:10 to go here in the fourth. Back to Lyon. And he's going to dribble in the paint, kick it off for Johnson, baseline, wide open underneath, Glasson, no good. Rebound put back, no good as well. Picked up by Cox, back the other way with 50 seconds to go. Cats are going to pull this one out. Black will fire from about 25, no good. Johnson tries to fight for the rebound, picked up by Cox, no good. Johnson gets the rebound the second time and going to push it up for the Cats. Lions got it. Try to pass it in, knocked away, picked up by the Cats, and a foul. And they didn't have any rosters, and I'm gonna have to get into my bag of tricks here. Gary might have it for me. He's very particular about it. Is Jackson Morris at the line. Free throw good by Morris, make it 86-62. One more to go for Morris here. 86-62 the score. Got them both, 87-62. Morris with the bucket. Man, as quick as I got the thing out, he put it back away. Goodness gracious. All right. Little runner in the paint by Beckley, no good. Rebound by Hall. And Hall going to bring it up with 13 seconds to go in the ball game. Cats going to win it 87-62 unless we have a last second three, and I doubt we'll have that. 87-62. Cats bounce back in impressive fashion here tonight, or this afternoon, and win 87-62. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back to wrap things up from Butler after this.
One of Harrisonville's oldest and its most reliable realtors, American Heritage Realtors. With almost 40 years of experience, they will take all the stress out of buying and selling a home. Add in being the #1 seller of properties on Zillow, and American Heritage should be the only call you make when you're ready to buy or sell your home. Experience, reliability, and results. That's American Heritage Realtors, next to Sonic on South Commercial Street.
Inside the Train testing facility, our heating and cooling products go through endless torture tests. We drop them, slam them against a wall, shake them, and then expect them to run without an extra decibel in our anechoic sound chamber. We test so it runs.
On Heating and Cooling is your local Train dealer. They've been serving Harrisonville and the surrounding communities for over 50 years. If you need service, repair, or replacement of your heat pump, furnace, air conditioner, or indoor air quality equipment, give Hahn a call at 816-380-5659, just like the Wildcats.
It's hard to stop a train.
There are a ton of choices for home appliances, but only one you need to know. That's Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center in Harrisonville. Today, it's more important than ever to support small business. Troby's prides themselves on American-made appliances, competitive prices, and unmatched service, from installation to service calls if any issue may arrive. Troby's is your hometown appliance center.
Next time you're in the market for a home appliance, think Troby's first on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
Church & Dwight in Harrisonville, Missouri is now hiring machine operators and maintenance technicians for overnight shifts. Full-time employees receive full benefits immediately. Apply now at churchdwight.com/careers and we will contact you to schedule an interview.
Are you looking for the perfect date? Try the Cider House and their St. Patrick's Day dinner coming up in a few weeks. Check out online at the Cider House events to sign up. They'll have a 5-course dinner prepared by a professional chef, a demo, local musician, wine pairings, and more. Or you can go to the Cider House located on 7 Highway 8 miles south of Harrisonville. The 2021 Farm to Table schedule is posted as well. Make sure to sign up early. Those dates will sell out. Go to the ciderhouseevents.com or visit the Facebook page, Cider House Events. Stop paying high prices for low-quality Rising M feeders and get locally grown, farm-fresh, USDA inspected beef. No more reground beef to make it look fresh, fatty steaks, or tough meats. Get it fresh from the source. Quarter, half, and whole packages available. Call or text Charlie with Rising M Feeders for more detail. 816-738-3571. That's 816-738-3571. Go to the square and see at Artisans Corner on Wall, the upcycled orchard booth. You can order your Granny Faye's pies and pot pies, available all year long at their booth. Or make sure and watch the Facebook page for ordering information, and they will post that as well. Granny Faye's pies are the best. Don't miss out. See them at Artisans Corner on Wall. Welcome back to Butler, Missouri. Your final score tonight, 87-62. The Harrisonville Wildcats win over the Butler Bears in impressive fashion. It got close there into the first quarter, first part of the second quarter. The Cats were able to pull away in that second quarter and not look back. A great third quarter as well. That second and third quarter, really the difference in the game. If you look at those two quarters combined, the Cats scored 56 points to the 28 for Butler, and that was the difference in the ball game. I got Gary behind me here with some stats as well, and I'll run down the quarter stats, and then I'll let Gary get to the player stats. The Cats led 22-20 after one. Outscored Butler 27-15 in the second to take a 49-35 halftime lead. Outscored Butler 29-13 in the third to take a 78-48 lead to the fourth. And with a mostly fourth quarter running clock, they were outscored 14-9 and win it 87-60 to the final score. And that's where we are. And Gary, tell me about the scoring.
Leading the way was Langer. Just continuing from last night, he had 23 points last night. He had 31 tonight, or this afternoon. Then behind that was Kennedy Atkinson with 12, James Tiemann with 11, Billy Bocher with 9, Connor Blixt with 3, Kobe Norris with 4, if I didn't mention Monty Schroeder with 8. Then Corbin Hall had 7 big points in the second and third quarter, and then that was followed up by I'm looking at the wrong one, sorry. Anyway, we had 87 points. Leading the way for Butler was Edson and Miller with 14 each. Sargent had 13. Gabriel had 10. And then Brockman had 2. Cox had 2. Beckley had 4. And Treble had 3 for their 62. A lot of fouls in the first, not quite as many in the second. But I think that changed the complexion of some things in the second because of the fact there were so many people in foul trouble for both teams, more for Butler than for Harrisonville.
Yeah, and I mean that does change the complexion of a game when you have a situation like that and you're not able to get into a groove with your 5 they're playing the best. You know, Morris in the first half was great, but and Eatson was on the bench. So you have those two in the game at the same time. Eatson scoring most of the points in the third quarter when maybe more Miller wasn't in there. So it was a back and forth type of battle, and you got to love the way the Cats responded to the loss last night. That's the first thing that pops into my mind is after the loss last night, the way the Cats really answered back.
Yeah, Miller had 13 points in the first half, 11 of those in the first quarter, and he ended up with 14. So obviously at halftime, Coach, I'm sure made some adjustments in regards to that. But, yeah, you're right. Really the adjustments that I think are coming from last night's loss into today's game, I think we prevailed in a way that was we learned from some things last night. I think in some ways it kind of helped us a little bit. But then I think once we got past that point as far as sulking about last night, we decided that we were going to play some ball, and we obviously did. I mean, when you score 87 points, almost 90 points, and really the fourth quarter was a running clock, and most of the starters weren't in.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, it was night and day. It was like a switch today, and I was really impressed with how the Cats responded because you can respond in one of two ways with a tough loss. And I guarantee you if we were to ask Coach Jackson on the other end, he would say, we didn't respond the way I wanted us to respond for a loss, and I hope we go into districts a little bit mad. We got Coach Langer coming up here. We'll have him join us here in a minute. We won't take too long. He's got visitors over there he wants to visit with, I'm sure, as well. But a great all-around game for the Cats. We'll get Coach Langer on here. Coach, great bounce-back game for the Wildcats after last night.
Yeah, it was. I tell you, the energy was just so much different. And I credit that a little bit just with our crowd. What a difference a crowd makes for high school kids and just the atmosphere of the game. That was about as awkward of an atmosphere last night as I've been around. And, you know, I was kind of scratching my head on the way home wondering why did we, you know, have such a dead feel and things. And, you know, it was just a weird thing. We got out to a bad start and, you know, kind of got behind a little bit. And, you know, one thing that I noticed in the NBA bubble is when those guys had good plays, their benches were really active, and we didn't do a good job of cheering for ourselves last night. So that was something I kind of hoped we'd do better because, you know, you feed off that bench energy and the excitement and all that. So, you know, I thought we did a better job throughout tonight.
Well, you know, to touch on that, we talked about the oddity of it last night, and one of the things we talked about is, you know, Center wouldn't be able to feed off of a home crowd, so that could be a benefit to Harrisonville. But I wonder if it actually has the opposite effect because they've been playing that way, and they've been playing in Jackson County all year long with no crowds. So maybe they were used to it, and it was something that, you know, our kids weren't maybe as used to, which, I mean, like you said, there's no way around it. It was just weird.
Yeah. Well, that's probably the reason we lost the game, right? No, I'm kidding. I mean, they deserve to beat us, and we can look for a lot of excuses, but we really didn't show up very well last night. But on to tonight, tonight was a completely different feel. I was excited about tonight because I felt like our kids and our parents and everybody wanted to play. There are times recently, especially with practice on these odd virtual days and things, where you get the feeling that you're just rocking people's world when you say, we're going to practice today. And you can almost feel it over the airwaves of everybody saying, oh my gosh, what, we can't. And, and just it was difficult this week with voluntary practices, and I'm really fearful in practice right now, knowing that our season is condensed to a matter of days, to really turn the guys loose to play extra hard, because I'm always fearful that somebody's going to get hurt and we lose a key player while we're trying to, win the blue-white scrimmage that doesn't mean anything. So we've been practicing a little soft, and that's kind of the way we played yesterday too. So tonight we were back to ourselves a little bit.
Well, there's no question Kennedy Atkinson was charged for the night, because last night I think he had a total of maybe 5 rebounds. Tonight I had 15 or 16. So, and there was a couple that he missed, and you could tell that he was angry that it got knocked out of bounds before he was able to control it. So he was hitting the boards hard today, and that makes a huge difference.
He was impressive. I mean, he really was impressive on the glass, and we were begging for help for him before the game from anybody, because he wasn't the only guy that didn't rebound as up to their capabilities last night. We had a lot of guys, and I certainly credit Kennedy, because he's, like we've talked about, possibly the best rebounder I've ever had, but I also almost blame him that nobody else thinks they have to help, And it's like, come on, guys, everybody has to help on the glass, and he cannot do it all. But you just see sometimes on tape, shot goes up and everybody scatters and starts yelling, Kennedy, here I am out here, get me the ball. And it's like, well, how about you go in there and get it yourself once in a while?
Well, and I thought the guys fed off of Kennedy tonight, and they were strong on the boards. Everybody was. Billy was in there aggressive. Yep. Brooks had some really good rebounds for us. Corbin Hall. I mean, all of it, they just seemed to feed off of that energy that Kennedy gave tonight. And by the way, I did see and notice Kennedy did come over and calm you down at one point.
Yeah, he's good at that. I don't just take that from everybody, but Kennedy, I value his
he is a calming force when things get a little bit heated. He's got that temperament, which it does help everybody on the court. I mean,
no question.
I think, calming things down.
We got contributions from so many guys. I hate to only talk about Kennedy.
Absolutely.
James Tiemann, man, he came in and played really good basketball tonight. And I thought he had a tough night last night and was so much better tonight and shot it well. And was back to that confident JT that you see that adds some spark. And Corbin, I thought, was really good and strong off the bench. And Billy helped. Monty, that guy deserves some serious credit for stepping out there, because I've broken my nose, and I know it's no fun. And you have to be a little nervous. And he still is getting tangled up with people and risking it, I mean, I would be like bailing, and he's a lot tougher than I am. Kobe's fouls early had me nervous, whether we could withstand the pressure without him, but our guys stepped up. Matt helped us out, Matt Stacy, and sometimes I neglect to talk about Brooks, and I thought his first half was spectacular offensively. Second half he went a little flat, but he was really good offensively.
He gets in this zone. Yeah. And it doesn't matter who's guarding him, where he's at on the floor, he's going to make the shot. And he's got that mid-range game. We've talked about that a little bit. That's what makes him so dangerous, because people don't guard the mid-range anymore. Yeah. And he's got that mid-range game, and it was on fire. That got him heated up. The threes were falling as well, and he just gets a switch sometimes.
One of the weird things about him is I feel like, and I used to feel this way about my oldest son, that they almost play better the harder people guard them. And I don't know why that is, but like, for instance, at Oak Grove, when they just played zone and said, shoot it anytime you want it, he couldn't throw a beach ball in the ocean. But you get somebody up in his grill that's saying, hey, I'm not going to let you catch, and I'm going to pester you all night long, and then all of a sudden he gets just a little crack. I just think it takes away the nerves a little bit, and he's just, playing more. So, anyway.
And 23 last night, 31 tonight. I mean, 54 over the 2 nights. I mean, obviously he came off last night hot and continued today.
Yeah. Well, Anyway, we obviously look for him to help us a lot offensively, but we got so many more contributions tonight that you hardly even noticed it just coming there from him. So anyway, and credit to Butler. They're a great team. This was one of our best wins. I mean, they'd won 9 in a row, I think, going into yesterday, 8 or 9 in a row going into yesterday, and for us to come into their house and play like this and get a really nice win, that's nothing to sneeze at.
Oh, no.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win. You got a busy week coming up, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and we look forward to those games next week. And then, of course, the following Tuesday, you play at Nevada and District. So,
yeah, it's going to be a busy run, but we're ready for it. So,
all right, thanks a lot. That is it, Coach Jeff Langer of the Harrisonville Wildcats, victorious tonight by a final, I should say this afternoon, by a final of 87-62. And before we wrap things up here, I want to talk again about what I talked about a little bit ago, was the what we're going to do for Cass County. We always call it the Cass County Clash when we play Pleasant Hill. We talked about it. They lost a couple of their senior girls in a tragic car accident the other night. We want to donate and give back to that community. So what we're going to do is there's donate buttons on our website, 4ts.com. I'll also probably do a Facebook Live in a little bit and explain it as well. You can go there, you can donate, and every money that we get from now until Tuesday, we're going to present a check to Pleasant Hill, to the basketball program, and we're going to let them give that money to the families in care of us. Just thought that's something we could do for Pleasant Hill. I know it's always a fierce rivalry, but you also are all Cass County residents, and we want to be able to give back to them as well. So that's what we're going to do over the next 4 days, and maybe we'll come up with something clever to do for the day of the game as well. But if you feel free to donate, $5, $2, $1, anything would be great. There's a donate button on the website. Jerry's probably going to mess with that a little bit, maybe put it up to the top so you can see it a little bit better. But you go to the donate button, and whatever we can do to raise money, 100% of those proceeds are going to go to the 2 families up in Pleasant Hill. I know it's close to Gary's heart as well. One of the girls that passed away, her dad is a sergeant in the highway patrol. So, they're not... I think sometimes people forget that you guys aren't immune to tragedy as well.
No, I mean, obviously, Bill's a close friend. I've worked with him for years, and I lost my niece to a car accident in 2004. So from a family perspective, I wasn't a parent, but I was very close to that. And so I can totally understand what the families are going through, and just wish, all the prayers and thoughts to stay with them, because they're going to need every bit of that.
Absolutely. So that's what we want to do to give back. So if you feel free to donate, go to the donate button on 4ts.com, and we'll get that out there. We'll also share a link on our Facebook page so you can click on that and just donate that way as well. So that's going to do it for us. If you're ready for basketball, strap up, because next week we got 6 games in 3 days. We have Monday night boys and girls, Tuesday night boys and girls, Thursday night boys and girls. So over that 4-day period, we got 6 games, and we're looking forward to doing those games. And then we roll into districts the following week. So that's going to do it from Butler. The final score, 87-62. Cats bounce back after the loss to Center last night, and they head into the final stretch of conference next week with a good victory. For Gary Davidson, for Jerry Forschler, for my son Braxton Grammer, who ran the commercials for us tonight, I'm Chad Grammer saying afternoon from Butler. We'll see you Monday night at home against the Bulldogs.